Hey, Kingdom citizens, welcome back to the channel. This is Casey Square. How's everybody doing? So grateful to be spending these few moments with you. I want to introduce my next lyric video, which is a single, and it is entitled, Are You Ready? And you know what? I don't think since I've started this channel, it's only been not too long. So I'm really kind of struggling through it. But I don't think I told y'all what I'm doing. I'm writing an album, and it is called Here I Am. At least that's what I think it's called, Here I Am. I mean, I feel like that's the title that the Lord gave me, but it's like I'm coming up with all these tracks, and none of the tracks are called Here I Am. So I'm like, is it Here I Am? What's going on, or where am I going? I feel like it's called Where Am I Going? But anyway, the Lord says it's called Here I Am. So hopefully one day, I feel like I'm supposed to get a track that's called Here I Am, but maybe not. Maybe just a CD is going to be called Here I Am. I don't know. So anyway, so it's called Here I Am. And the interesting story is that I'd say, I know that when I was 12 years old, I was in the 7th grade. I got the Lord just gave me the gift of poetry. That's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that another time. And I started, so I was writing and just writing, keeping my thoughts to myself. And then when I got like, I'm not sure, I don't want to give my age out, but in my 30s, early 30s, I started sharing my poetry at different open mics and on stage and stuff like that. I went to a lot of different events, birthday parties, colleges, just a lot of places to perform my poetry. So a few years after going in front of people, actually taking my poetry out of a book and sharing it before people, my poetry, I went through a divorce at that time, and I couldn't write poetry anymore. It's like, what? Lord, you gave me one talent. You gave me one, and I couldn't write poetry anymore. And I'm smiling about it now, but it was very devastating to me. And so it's been over a 17 to 18 year period that I have not been able to write poetry. It's like the womb was just shut. It was like the only thing I could, roses are red and violets are blue. And that's already been written. So I couldn't write anything more than just little brief lines of something. Like I have my own greeting card line right now. It's I'veBeenFlipped.com. I wasn't planning on plugging that, but anyway, it's Christian greeting cards, and it has a hyper focus for people of color, the website. But anyway, so I could write like a card that says, "Happy birthday, girl. How you doing? All right, I've been praying for you. I'll keep praying for you." Something like that. But it was kind of felt like a slight when I was going through it, and I didn't know what the Lord was doing with me. Felt like a real slight that someone who I thought that I was a poet years ago, and that's how the capacity that the Lord was using me. But all I could write now is like a little brief few liners on a birthday card. So I didn't know what God was doing. I didn't know why he had taken my gift from me or what happened. I just knew that I couldn't write poetry anymore. People see me on the street and be like, "Oh, you still writing? You still writing?" I'd be like, "No." And I had an attitude about it for several years because I didn't understand what was going on. But this previous year, that passed 2023, a week before my birthday, when I was in my quiet time, early in the morning worship time with the Lord revealed to me, and he said, and I quote, "I'm not finished with you yet." So I was like, oh, snap. So I ran to my calendar because I wanted to mark that date, and I wrote it on my calendar because I was going to hold God to what he said. And 5 days later, that's when he sent me Woman of God. So, wow, to go from your womb being barren to it being open up. God is amazing, right? So I've been writing. Sometimes I feel like I write so fast now that I can't even catch up. Because, you got to write, then I got to find the music, and then I got to get into the studio, schedule it. So I just feel like I'm not overwhelmed. I'm happy-whelmed, but it's a lot rushing to me now at one time. But I am so grateful that the Lord has seen fit. See, he said that when he, sent me the first poem and whatever, and I'm going through this journey, he was like, "See, you wanted to write poetry." He said, "But I've been making you poetry." So I'm like, oh, okay. He's making the poetry. Okay. So anyway, so that's pretty much the story. So now, I don't know. Here I am. I guess that's what my CD is called. Here I am, or album. I don't think they say CD anymore. I think that might be archaic. I don't know. Anyway, album, CD, whatever the proper term is, y'all can let me know in the comments below. Yeah, so that's kind of my story, and I'm going to stick with it. So the Lord has given me poetry, and I'm going to share it with you guys. So that's what I'm doing today. So if you're finding, just a brief little commercial, if you're finding value from this channel or for anything that I'm doing, everything that we do here is kingdom focus. And it's about the Lord. You know what I mean? We're bringing glory to the Lord. So if you find value in something like that, and if you're not subscribed, I do ask that you would subscribe. You can and also give us a thumbs up. You know, that lets the YouTube know that we're doing something positive that people want. And yeah, so hit the bell. Also, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. But anyway, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and hit the bell so that you know when we put out new content. Anyway, so yeah, so this piece right here that I am sharing, that I'm trying to share, that I'm stumbling to death. You know what? Talking to this camera thing, now I done been on stages, several stages, and I feel like I'm pretty comfortable. At least I was. I don't know now because that was years ago, but I was okay and I was pretty good on stage. But this camera thing right now, I'm talking to a camera right now. It's so unnatural and I absolutely hate it. And I'm asking the Lord, please teach me how to talk to this camera so I don't feel and look like a fool. So anyway, you can add that to your prayer list if you don't mind. But anyway, my next lyric video, which I am trying to introduce right now, is entitled, Are You Ready? And I do hope that you guys enjoy. The Lord gives it to me, and I take it to the studio, and I do my best with it, and then I bring it back to you, to God's people. Because anything that He gives me gives us is for us to share with one another. So, are you ready? And if you like this lyric video, I do ask that you would share it with at least 4 people that you like, that you care about, or that at least on your prayer list, and you're hoping that they get better. All right? So, are you ready? God bless y'all. Thank you for joining me today. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. Are you ready?